Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we circle back to see an equivalent on DVD of something we saw in Blu-ray previously that was actually pretty cool. You may recall that when we were covering the Clone Wars early on, we took a look at that 2013 set that was the collector's edition of seasons 1 through 5 in the US. And how in the UK, there wasn't really an equivalent of that, but you could get a box set of seasons 1 through 5 on Blu-ray or DVD. We've looked at those previously. But we also saw that in France there was a really cool variant of that, which was this. This is the Blu-ray set we looked at previously from the Clone Wars from France from 2013, the complete seasons 1 through 5, that had that Funko Pop Yoda in the package. And you may recall that when we looked at this, we discovered a few interesting little tidbits as we went. Opened it up and found that inside you basically had some blocking cardboard, but the packaging for the discs themselves were actually the same Blu-ray cases that we saw on the collector's edition for seasons 1 through 5 in the US. And it just happened to be the French discs inside, but it was these same containers, the one with Rex, the one with Cody, and if you flip them around, the character who isn't on the front is on the back. We also, of course, found that generally speaking, yeah, you're going to have different language options and whatnot, but from the standpoint of what you get as far as bonus features on the discs and that sort of thing, pretty much standard stuff like you would see in the UK and in the US. No big, huge differences. But I also noted at the time, I believe at the time, there is a DVD equivalent of this out there, and that we hadn't taken a look at yet. Now we can, because I finally did hunt it down, thanks in part to having a region-free DVD player to finally be able to actually not only get it, but see what was on it. And boy, are there some weird things going on with a DVD version of this. So first off, the packaging. This is the DVD version. Notice it says DVD up there with the Yoda Funko Pop, so, DVD plus Yoda and all. But they went with sort of an orange, yellowy kind of color, kind of a dried mustard on your shirt kind of color, to denote DVD as opposed to the blue for Blu-ray. Otherwise, the sides are effectively the same, except for that color choice, as what we saw before. Here's the back. French language for everything. Shows the different season sets that are in it. Language options and whatnot. DVD, aspect ratio, Region 2, color, what is this? I think it says converted to format to fit your TV or something, but it's not. Dolby Digital, copyright protection, legalese, Lucasfilm, and then, a couple of little logos down there as well. It's just a DVD equivalent, so the packaging is very similar from the outside. You sit it down and open it up, and the similarities start coming to an end. This is what it's going to look like on the inside. Got your Yoda over here in your DVD cases with some empty space again. The Yoda is indeed that same Yoda, right? Yoda with the 02 from Funko Pop, like we saw previously. Again, case design basically like what we got with the collector's edition for seasons 1 through 5 in the US. In this case, the DVD version of that packaging rather than the Blu-ray version, right? Rex on one side, in this case for seasons 1 and 2. Cody on the back. Lucasfilm. Star Wars The Clone Wars. DVD. Warner Brothers symbol. Open it up. Since it's clear and all, we got our battle in the background in our individual discs. The discs themselves will have something odd to them, but this, at least so far, looks similar to what we saw before. What we should expect now is that there will be a second package that contains the rest of the discs that has Cody on the front and Rex on the back. Instead, it's this. Still clear, but just a generic clone trooper on the front and a generic clone trooper on the back with a similar spine. And notice it's also just seasons 3 through 4. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, where the hell is season 5? We'll look in here also, by the way, there's a Coruscant skyline that we can see through that clear packaging there. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, there's a third container that's not present in any other version I've seen. Okay. Now we have a Clone Commando. Ooh, it's Gregor. And we've got Clone Wars logo, Season 5, and on the back, completely different trooper, right? One of our Coruscant gents. Then same layout there for the spine, albeit a smaller spine. And this one too is going to have some art, but you can't see it from the discs. And this will let us see an example of our labels here. Logo, character, the French language telling us what season it is and what disc it is. Lucasfilm logo, Warner Brothers, DVD, Region 2. Little thing down at the bottom, little warning down at the bottom. Legalese on the side. And what you'll find is that, like in the UK, your discs have a different disc count. In the US, typically what we would see is that for any given season, if it's a regular size 22 episode season, it was either 4 DVD discs or 3 Blu-ray discs. For season 5, which is smaller, 20 episodes, it was 3 DVD discs or 2 Blu-ray discs. In the season sets for the UK that we've seen, I can't even remember if I mentioned this because of how much we were already looking at with those series, with those seasons. In the UK, oftentimes you had a different shuffling around of the bonus features and whatnot, probably based on disk space and that sort of thing, that wound up with seasons, instead of having 4 DVDs, having 5, whereas the Blu-ray counts tended to be the same. That is the same thing here. So there's a lot of differences to see within this. To break this all down, I went and took some notes to make sure I could get all this stuff clear. Few things. Languages. So the box actually says that for Season 1, the languages are English, French, Spanish, language for the Netherlands, and Italian. The actual discs actually only have English, French, and the Netherlands as options. It also says that the subtitles are for French, Spanish, Netherlands, and Italian, plus Italian and English for the hearing impaired. No, the actual discs have French, Netherlands, and English for the hearing impaired. No Spanish or Italian found on Season 1 at all. The menus are in French, which does also mean French episode titles are showing. Season 2, Disc 1 has a trailer section with the trailer for The Force Unleashed 2, as you would expect. Menus are in English entirely. The languages are listed correctly. And then, like Season 2, Seasons 3 through 5 menus are also English with the correct languages listed. Languages are the same for Seasons 2 through 4. And while Season 5 adds German, which is another spoken language added, along with German for the hearing impaired. Those languages, by the way, are French, English, Italian, and Netherlands for spoken languages, subtitles in French and for the Netherlands, and then English and Italian for the hearing impaired for Seasons 2 through 4. Then just add the German ones on for 5. Again, Seasons 1 and 2 are 4-disc sets, not the expanded 5-disc sets. We've looked at the labels, but there's an example label from Season 1 and Season 2. Season 2, though, has no bonus features whatsoever. Right, so Season 1, same old bonus features as what we see in the US. Same disc count. Season 2, same disc count, but no bonus features at all. Seasons 3 and 4, there's an example of 3, and there's an example of 4. They do have their bonus features, but they're all shoved basically onto that 5th disc. Then Season 5, it does still have the bonus features spread out, as opposed to all on that last disc, but by having it on the discs with the episodes in question, it winds up spreading those episodes out across more discs, hence why that one still has an extra disc. I would also note one other oddity and inconsistency, because basically what these are just a repackage of the season sets without matching logos or matching labels or anything like that, is that on Seasons 1, 4, and 5, if you want to go back to the main menu, you click a little house symbol on the menu. Whereas if you want to go back to the main menu on Seasons 2 or 3, you click something that actually says main menu. Bizarre. So similar to that UK DVD release of the sets, in terms of distribution, in terms of number of discs and things like that, French labels and everything, French packaging and all, but probably the biggest difference here, the biggest oddity here, is the fact that, yeah, we have 3 different packages to hold all the discs, and 2 of them are using new art for the covers, while only 1 reuses art from the collector's edition from the US. It's an odd set. It's a really cool set because you've got the Yoda on it. It's not going to be useful in the US unless you have an all-region DVD player or something that'll play Region 2. But if I were to sit back and compare this to the Blu-ray set, even though the Blu-ray set is more useful because you can play it in any Blu-ray player, I think this is actually my favorite of the 2. It's got the Yoda, but it's also got the weird packaging choices with it, along with the extra disc count, similar to what we saw with the UK, as another way to set it apart from a US release. It's definitely an oddball, but I suppose a fairly normal package if you were in France at the time. With that, though, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.